Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, May 6th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value this cosmic moment. And welcome to our first full week of May. Welcome to Dark of the Moon, prepping us for new moon energy coming in on Tuesday. And I had some really potent messages coming through. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start with the potent messages. And maybe it's an aha. We do have Mercury and Chiron today in conjunction, and that can bring some healing ahas. And so the message that came through in tandem with this new moon coming in on Tuesday is the message of how divine and important this moment is, even if you're not where you want to go. Rarely are we where we want to go, because that's part of the human experience, is the experience of expansion, the experience of the journey, the experience of desire that's meant to take us to the next. We're not meant to remain stagnant. And I know that stuckness has been something a lot of people have been feeling, and some of this astro has been a little sticky, keeping us stuck. But it's like, this moment right now, this one, in this very instant, this holy instant, is the stepping stone, the platform from which we leap, from which we move from. And the more appreciation we can have for this moment, this place, even if there's contrast there, even if there's a lot of stuff you don't like, the better our trajectory. So our work today, in prep for the new moon tomorrow, is to be appreciative of this moment. And if there is a lot going on that you don't like in it, that's fair. How can you, I don't want to say make it better, but how can you decorate? How can you make pleasant and pleasurable this place, this space that you're in, to help you shift? What can you appreciate? What can you find value in? Whether it's the lessons, the space, the energy, there's something of value here. This is why we're here in this place. Find that, because that will be helping to fertilize these new moon seeds that we're planting tomorrow with the new moon in Taurus. And the new moon in Taurus is a very good new moon to plant seeds with. That being said, we are deep in the dark of the moon today. We have the moon finishing up in Aries, not moving into Taurus till 2:42 p.m. Pacific time. So we're in, like I said, dark of the moon in Aries, stuff around who we are maybe coming up. This is good. Shed these energies to make room for the light that does want to come in and support your process moving forward. We got some good and we've got some challenge today. So moon moving into Taurus, taking us into the land of the value, taking us closer to this new moon, which is happening tomorrow. And this new moon is like, I was looking at the Sabian symbols, and the Sabian symbols for this new moon are like encouraging us to like cleanse and release, because new is arising. So drop what you don't want to take with you. Now, the moon in Taurus, its first connection will be with Pluto. We have that connection happening. It is a square. And again, Pluto in Aquarius is helping us empower our future, helping us lean into vibrational support. And it's squaring that moon in Taurus. And it's all these frustrations of, why are things going so slow? Why are things not happening? I have a friend who's struggling, trying to get an internship. And she's like, am I blocked? Is this not supposed to happen for me? And I'm like, oh, this Astro, it's just moving things slowly. And I asked them, I was like, what is working right now for you? And just my pets and my friends. Focus on the things that are working. And then come back and look at what's challenged with renewed eyes. And if it's still feeling stuck, then keep focusing on what is working, and then keep coming back. Inspiration will come. Shift will come. Movement will come. But this is part of this the Astro unfolding right now that's making things just kind of move at very slow inchworm pace. I don't know. Is that a thing? It's slow. It's not a fast-moving inchworm. It's slow. We then have Mercury and Chiron conjunct. And this is the third time Mercury is passing by Chiron energy. There is healing. There is ahas in this. And I think some of it is like, can you appreciate yourself where you're at right now? Even if it's not where you're wanting to be. And like lavishing a little bit of that appreciation, a little bit of that love, a little bit of that support for your human self that's like, we're working on human time, spirit. Like, come on, can you get a move on? So, tend to yourself, but recognize there may be some personal wounds coming up. In the dark of the moon in Taurus, wounds around money and our personal value and the worth of things all come up. And I know so many are struggling with money, finances, any and all of that. It's definitely challenging, and yet sinking more into appreciation, what's working, can help shift things. And just know that and keep finding your balance, looking between the two. The last connection of the day, got some strong lazy cat. We have the Sun and Saturn meeting in a sextile. Saturn in Pisces, Sun in Taurus. Saturn rules time and limits, among other things. And so this again may feel like, Spirit, can you get a move on? And Saturn in Pisces is like, I promise you, it is all happening in divine timing. Can you value that? Can you settle into that? Can you trust divine timing? Can you trust in yourself and the universe that in your co-creation it is working out? I know it's hard. But that's kind of what we're being called to lean into. The new moon's not going to be happening till late in the evening on Tuesday. So we'll talk about that in tomorrow's scope, in the scope for Tuesday. But just know this dark of the moon may be, bringing some stuff up. At the top of the cards, I have the Lover's card. Love, appreciation, lean into those, especially if that's something you value. I value love most highly. So whether it's loving on my kitties or on Joe or family or friends, thank goodness for friends, or even talking to my little plants. I love and talk to my little plants much. Lean into the love to help you move through some of these more difficult energies. We've got the Miser. There's some stuff that we're holding on to. And some of this stuff may be the ideas of the past, the ideas of success, the ideas of how we have to make money on this planet. There's a lot of different options coming in. There's rebirth energy. And part of this is changing our mind. This is a Swords card. So notice there's some mind changing going on. We actually have 2 10s going on. We got the Suppression card and this Rebirth. This is 10 of Wands. It was in reverse when I pulled it. And I feel like it goes hand in hand with this Miser. There's some stuck energy that's wanting to come up and out and be released for this. And chances are projections. It's old ideas of things. Lean into appreciation. Excuse me. Lean into appreciation and know the divine's going to show you, me, us, how to move forward. Okay? So keep that in mind, but notice where there's old projections and see if Spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, wants to bring newness to you, to plant in your seeds with this new moon coming in. So I'm going to leave that there for today. Oh, there was something I wanted to talk about. Oh, well, maybe not going to leave it there. One last little thing. We've got Lilith and the South Node hanging out together, and I think this is part of it. I think so much of the struggle is releasing from the yang way that we've been living and bringing in the yin, and Lilith represents the pieces of all of this that we've rejected. And I think part of the pieces that we've rejected is leaning into divine timing and trusting in the universe and letting that key us in instead of living in like the world being like, should have had that done yesterday kind of energy. So again, lean into some of these wounds. They're coming up to be released so the yin can rise even more. And part of this too is listening to your intuition and let that be part of your guide. So keep that in mind today as well, and in and through the new moon. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. You can book a reading with me. Please do. If you want to dig into your own chart and see what's going on and pull some cards and all that, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are for. You are the solution. Namaste.